So the All-NBA teams are sometimes a little weird because when you take into account defense, games played, and how good the team actually is, it can sometimes throw some weird things into it. And I don't really think that these All-NBA teams right now are going to be what they end up being by the end of the year, but it's just kind of a snapshot of the season up to this point. And so for the first team, this one was pretty easy, I feel like. For guards, Luka and Harden, 2 MVP candidates. Bit of a conversation that the reason people don't like Harden but like Luka is because everybody's actually racist. I don't know. Do with that whatever you will. But Twitter's had their moments with that one. For the forwards, we got LeBron and Giannis. LeBron is not really playing like hero ball this season. He's just being really good in all areas. Defense is better. Playmaking is potentially the best it's ever been for him. And in the case of Giannis, he's probably my MVP so far. When you take into account the fact that, Harden's numbers are crazier, but I think Giannis is, maybe third in Defensive Player of the Year right now. I don't know. He's definitely first team all defense, I would say. And then for center, gotta go Karl Anthony Towns, man. Jokic has been way worse, Embiid has been a little worse, and Towns has been amazing. He's shooting 9 threes a game at a great percentage, and this is the Karl Anthony Towns that we all knew was there, right? With perimeter players around him, nobody killing the spacing, and a coach who really knows what he has in Towns, and the results are great. So there's your first team. Luka, Harden, LeBron, Giannis, Karl Anthony Towns. We go on to second team. Although I will say real quick, because I forgot this, so yeah. For All-NBA, it's guards, forwards, center. It's not front court. If it was front court, I would have Anthony Davis. So anyway, that's a preview for the second team a little bit. So this is when it gets a little tricky, because there's quite a few guards who have been good, but their teams have not been, between Trae Young, Devin Booker, although the Suns have been still a lot better than we thought they would be. Dame, Bradley Beal. On the flip side, Kemba's team has been very good, but Kemba, if you're just comparing Kemba's numbers to other guys, Trae Young is putting up way better numbers than Kemba is right now. But Kemba's a better defender, and also the record, so it's I don't know, the stuff gets a little weird. In the case of Kyrie, also, it's games played and stuff, so while, missing 5 games for a whole season doesn't matter, given how early we still are into the season, 5 games is kind of a bigger deal when it's neck and neck, you know what I mean? And then there's also, I don't know, Donovan Mitchell, Malcolm Brogdon, whoever else that are among this whole thing as well. But anyway, for guards, I'm still going to go with Dame and Bradley Beal, because I feel like even with all that stuff applied, I think these two have still been just too good to not have them on second team. There's definitely a case to be made for Kemba or Kyrie and stuff, but I don't know, I just feel good about those two there. For the forwards, we're going to go Siakam and Anthony Davis. I don't really have much of a hang-up with that one. Kawhi's efficiency has been actually kind of trash so far. I don't think that's going to hold up, but it is the case right now. PG has missed quite a few games, and, I just don't think somebody like Jimmy Butler is really on Siakam or AD's level right now. Siakam could win Most Improved Player again, which is pretty wild. I don't really think he would, but there's certainly a case to be made for him. And then for center, I'm going to go with Embiid, because even at 80%, Embiid is still really good. And as far as why his numbers are a little down, I don't know. Could be the awkward offense of Philly. Could be he's just missed a few shots that are just going to start going in. I don't know. I'm not really freaking out about it. I still think he's... Towns has been better than Embiid this season, but I still think Embiid is the best center in the league. Well, granted, I think AD is the best center in the league, but Embiid plays center all the time, so whatever that all just was. But that's second team. Dame, Beal, AD, Siakam, and then Joel Embiid. And then third team, so this is when it really gets pushed to the brink for me with guards, because it's the Celtics are so much better than the Hawks, even though Trae Young's numbers are better, and the fact that Kemba has actually been pretty legit defensively. I feel like I'm going to go Kemba over Trae Young, Kemba has had like 7 or 8 games this season of below 20 points, but the defense, the record, the fact that he has had some great games, I don't know, I feel like he's been better than Trae Young. Partially because Trae Young defensively is really bad. Now offensively, Trae Young has been losing his mind, but I don't know, man, okay? This stuff gets close. And then for the other guard, I feel like I'm going to go Devin Booker, because his efficiency has also been nuts. He's currently having a 50-40-90 season. And the Suns have been better than the Hawks, and it's in the West, and I don't know. Is this a little unfair to Trae Young? Yeah, potentially, but I don't know. This is just how I feel at the moment. I mean, I get it. You could certainly poke holes in the idea of, well, why did Dame and Beal get second team, but Trae doesn't at all? I think with Trae, it's the defense, honestly. I say this as the Wizards have the worst defense in the league. Oh, I love AllNBA. You just talk yourself into being a massive hypocrite so easily. But I don't think it's Beal's fault that their defense is that bad, you know? Anyway, after whatever the hell that all was, for the forwards, I'm going to go Kawhi for one of them. Paul George has been way more efficient, but part of it is the 5 games thing. Again, like if 5 games is the difference by the end of the season, don't really care. But where we are right now, like, what is the equivalent of 5 games stretched out to a whole season, you know? And then for the last forward spot, I'm going to go Jimmy Butler. His efficiency has not been as good as, let's say, Brandon Ingram or Paul George, but he's played, about 6 more games than PG has. And I think the gap between him and Ingram in terms of defense and playmaking and the fact that Miami's better than a lot of people thought they were going to be. Jimmy's been good, man. 20 points, 7 assists, 6 boards. Still one of the best defensive players in the league. And to be nice, his efficiency's actually been very good. He's at a 59% true shooting because he's been really good at getting to the free throw line and stuff. And you watch that Miami team, and he's doing so many things well for them. He's averaging 2 steals and almost 1 block right now. Like, he's going nuts. And yeah, that's not everything when it comes to defense, but I think in Jimmy's case, it can be a little bit more of like, whoa, this dude's awesome on that side of the floor right now. So, yeah. And then for center, I'm going to go Gobert. I'm punishing the hell out of Jokic, man. I really am. Because, dude just hasn't been very good. Granted, he just had a very good game against the Celtics, but, a lot of games with not that many points and getting frustrated, settling for jump shots. Denver's defense has been very good. I don't think... I mean, that's part of it with Jokic. Like, kudos to him for that, but I don't think he's putting in anything close to an all-defense consideration type of thing. So, yeah, so third team, I don't even remember what it was. It was Kemba, Devin Booker, Kawhi, Jimmy, and Gobert. And as far as considerations, I mean, I mentioned some of them already between missed games like Kyrie and some weird rationalization that I don't even remember to not have Trae Young in here. I should probably mention Donovan Mitchell in here before Jazz fans lose it. I don't know. The difference between the Jazz and the Suns right now is 2.5 games, and I don't even think there's a conversation about who's been better between Booker and Mitchell, so I've got Booker over him. And then, I don't know. Who the hell else is even in the NBA at this point? Bam, Sabonis, Drummond, Jokic, Capella. I don't think any of them has been as good as Gobert. I mentioned Jokic, Capella, whatever. Drummond, he's the king of hollow stats. Sabonis, he's been good, but I don't think so. Bam, same thing. If you wanted to make a case that Bam has been better than Gobert, I would not think you're crazy, to be honest. But I'll still take Rudy. So there you go. Do I have to recap this? Let's see. First team is Luka, Harden, LeBron, Giannis, and Karl Anthony Towns. Second team is Dame and Beal, Anthony Davis, Pascal Siakam, and Embiid. Third team is Kemba, Devin Booker, with apologies to Trae Young and Donovan Mitchell. Forwards are Jimmy Butler and Kawhi, with apologies to Brandon Ingram and Paul George. And then the center is Gobert, with an apology to like 9 centers, besides Andre Drummond. Should I apologize to Andrew Wiggins? He actually has been pretty good. Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, that'll do it.